Welcome to Caching Waves. This is your Elliott Wave update for MATIC. Before I get into my primary count, I wanted to show you my alternative. That is that we have a triangle panning out here. We need another wave down to complete this E wave around 60 cents. We need to protect our low of the C around 49 cents. You'll have to check whichever exchange you're on for that exact number. But after that triangle completes, we expect a move to the upside to all-time highs. And my primary is we are working on a flat pattern in the middle of a 5-wave sequence to the upside for our C wave, again challenging all-time highs. And we have completed our wave 2 potentially and working on our 3rd wave of that C wave. So go down to the 4-hour. Our wave 1 was a diagonal series of 3 waves, ABC, ABC, ABC. We then moved to the downside here in 3 waves. Now this area was a little bit complicating. If you saw my yesterday's video, what I was looking for originally, if you didn't see that, was a wave 1, 2, this was a 3rd, looking for a 4th and a 5th to complete. Reason for that is I didn't like the look of this wave here for our 3rd, and we haven't reached the 1-to-1 extension yet at 64.7 cents of this A off the B, which does happen. A lot of times we can be right in between the 618, you can see at 75, and the 1-to-1, and that happens if we're in a very bullish market. I just don't like to lean into that because I like to go with probabilities, and usually you'd expect the 1-to-1 extension. So one thing to consider here is this could all be in the middle of a B wave. I just want to show you how we can fail from here. And we make our C wave from here, where this is a running flat correction in itself. If that happens, I would expect that triangle to play out. But it's a tough spot because we have a 3, potentially 3 here, 3 or 5, and a 5. And that's the exact expectation for a flat, and we came between the 1.236 and 382 extension of this A wave, which is the exact area we'd expect a B wave. So if that happens, all this labeling would get moved over to here, and we'd expect our C wave to start to the downside. But this is also valid where our C wave is correct, and this is just a not perfect looking diagonal where we get a 3, 3, 3, and our 5 waves are complete. We just more channeled. It just doesn't look amazing. That's all. So if we are complete, and I hope we are because that would be nice, I'm going to be taking this trade setup anyway. Either way, because the setup's really nice to the upside. But one thing to keep in mind, I forgot to throw this on there. So our if this is the B wave over here, our 1-to-1 extension is up at 89 cents. So it can come as high as that. And we've already reached the minimum requirement, which is the 618 in white at 81 cents. And you can see we're completing this 5 wave right between the 50 and the 618 in red of this wave here. This is the 50 and the 618. So expecting a pivot here either way. And this would be our wave 1 of our 3rd. So that's the entry I'm looking for, and it's pretty much confirmed at the moment. You can see we had our wave 1, wave 2. Our 3rd came to the 1.618 extension, looking for this 5th right between the 200 and 2.382, between 83 cents and 86 cents. So it does look pretty nice as a potential trade setup. So I'm waiting for this 5th wave to complete, at which point I will pull the pivot wherever that ends. My strategy in this area is the 382, 50, and the 618. Stop will go at this low. And I'll figure out my position size for my risk, take a 1/3 at each. Average price will be the 50, and my stop will be at this low. And expecting the bull market to resume after that if this is the correct count. So one thing to keep in mind, if you don't if you didn't watch my previous video, is I do want to see a sideways channel in this area where A equals C are nice 1-to-1, exactly what we'd expect in a correction, something like this. Because if this is the top of that B wave in that alternative scenario, we'd expect to sell off quickly. Just different expectations after we complete this fifth wave. So it's best to pay attention what's happening in this area rather than just buying these areas no matter what. But that's only if you're watching the charts. But that's what I'm looking for, guys. Looking for this fifth wave to complete, and I will be buying the retrace. All right, so that's it for MATIC. It looks like potentially complete. The fifth wave up to the upside makes that even more probable because we either only start something with 5 or end something with 5. So either this is the start of the impulse to the upside or the end of the C wave. That's what I would expect it to be. All right, guys, so that's it for MATIC. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.